All right, it is now 10:15. We just spent over 26 hours at this receiver.
Take the exit on the right.
All right, good morning.
5 alternate north.
It is, I don't know, maybe 7:20. We got about 20 minutes to get there. I've got special instructions. They said not to use the GPS because it'll get you lost. So I basically mapped it out on the GPS, dropped a pin on the GPS, and it's taking us to that pin on the GPS. Woke up again this morning with no air in the airbags. So
in 1/4 mile, keep right to Mississippi 25 north.
That airbag may have been an issue, but it's not the only issue we have. We might have more than one airbag or whatever. Anyways, after doing, usually what I do is I start at the engine.
Keep right to Mississippi 25
when I do my pre-trip.
north.
After I check the oil and do all that, then I start the truck up and let everything air up. And it took forever for the airbags to start filling up on the truck. And then they filled up super slow. Like super slow. So, could be an issue with the leveling valve.
US 45 alternate.
Lita just Googled, and it mentioned a pressure protection valve. So, have to figure it out, man. I mean, even the airbags in the cab were deflated. Of course, that could just be from us moving around, but it's not like we were there for the weekend. So I gotta figure out what's going on. There's no audible leak, and I mean, this is what I hate about DOT. Is like they expect you to do your pre-trip on the ground in a noisy truck stop, and then they pull you into a building where they can walk underneath of your truck in pretty much silence and then pick you apart on everything. It's like, no, if you guys want to do an inspection on me, you should have to go to the truck stop and crawl around on the ground like you guys expect us to do. Anyways, we're headed there. Hopefully there isn't. I figured that truck stop would have all kinds of these containers with the trucks. This is the closest truck stop. Unless these guys parked alongside of the road somewhere. The instructions to this place says you can absolutely not park here. You cannot park alongside of the road. You have to find actual parking for this place. So, I don't know. Maybe there ain't that many trucks coming this morning. We seen, what? One other guy chaining down next to us, and there was one that was already loaded that was leaving. So I don't know how many they're expecting this morning. Hopefully it's not a lot. They can get this off of us. I mean, we have till 4 o'clock to pick up. So the broker said he's not worried about it. We did get that Raycon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, anyways. Monday morning, 7:22. Let's get to work. Oh, I need to call that broker, too, and find out why he hasn't paid us for that last tree load we did. Like I said, I think he was on vacation, but also, if you have it worked out with the driver that he's going to be getting paid before he's unloaded and you leave, you should probably put somebody else in charge. Alright, I guess we'll see you there. Okay, so West Point, Mississippi is the place where we were at Thanksgiving, where we booked a load and stayed at a Love's. And we had a load going to the house, and then it ended up canceling on us. And we ended up heading home for Thanksgiving. So that's West Point. We just drove by the truck stop that we stayed at. Yeah, I do remember when we were here, I was like, man, it would be really easy to find a load from here if we weren't trying to go to the house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That Love's would have been full by the time we got here. Though.
Yeah, good thing we didn't try to go to this other truck stop that Lita found, because the back section is tiny.
Yeah.
And the section out by the road that's easy to get into fills up first. So we made the right call by going to that other place. They don't have two of these, do they?
This truck in front of us?
No, two of these places.
I don't know.
You see those directions again? Yeah, this is not what they showed. Because we still have wow, this thing is such a piece of shit. I can't believe how Cosby Corner Road. See? Cosby Corner Road.
Yeah.
We're not even there. I don't know, man.
And that's the dude that was strapping when we were there.
Is it?
I think so, yeah. If he's got a 9 on his, that's definitely him.
So we were trying to drive to where it shows us, because they sent us a little map of where this should be, and this is nowhere near. We still had like another 5 miles to drive down, according to their map. I guess they're pulling us all in.
Belongs down at Solar. That's a tight squeeze down there.
Yeah, so we're at the wrong place, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm like, this is nowhere near the map, but I seen all these other trucks.
Yeah.
Monkey see, monkey do.
I'll guide you down there. It ain't a big deal. It's only like 3 miles.
Okay.
If that.
Yeah, because it's over by Cosby
Yeah,
something.
there's people down there to help guide you around the corners.
Okay.
You gotta keep her kind of close to the fence.
Okay, I should have known better. I was like, this isn't the place.
It happens. I used to drive a truck.
Yeah? You want to drive another one?
Huh?
I'll trade you jobs right now.
You don't want the bullshit that comes with that one
Oh,
truck.
you don't want the bullshit that
I
comes with
got
this.
Sam Sawyer and all kinds of shit in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I hate Sam. We had Sam Sarah before. Absolute garbage.
Well, that sucks.
I should have known better. Told you so. I'm like, this is not the place. I should have just kept driving, but then I would have felt like an idiot.
Then that would have been the wrong place.
Definitely don't want this thing is the biggest piece of shit. Oh, I got some shorts. Good morning.
Can I interview well?
Yes.
I have that second guy pulling up next to the first guy.
Okay.
And I have the third guy pulling up right next to him. I'm hoping you can fit yours right there next to him.
Okay.
Just follow wherever you go.
I did that before and we ended up down at the other one. I followed those guys before and we ended up down at your other yard.
Oh yeah. Perfect. Oh, you were delivering to T&D instead?
Well, it was the other res place down the road there.
Yeah, that's
I was like, this
different
ain't
than
this ain't the place.
It's different.
Yeah.
Are you thirsty?
All right, so they pulled us over here in another spot. Had us only unstrap, leave our chains on, and they're gonna take the cover off. And then I guess they pull us to another spot to actually crane unload us. They said they unload between 7 and 10:30. It's a good thing we didn't get here at 7 because they just moved the crane. But we're out there using the strap winder, and then a bunch of the workers here ran over. It's like, oh my God, where'd you get that? That's amazing. And one of them was laughing. He's like, everybody else took like 10 to 15 minutes to sit there and hand roll their straps, and these guys are done in a minute. The thing is awesome. Not paid, not a paid sponsor, but that thing is dope. It definitely pays for itself. You can't look at it like, oh, $100 to roll up my strap. You got to look at it at all the time it's going to save you on all your jobs combined, because that thing is amazing.
Want some water?
So I guess they just take that little tarp thing off here.
Yeah.
They're out there writing a bunch of numbers down and figuring it out. There's 4. We're the 4th truck. 1, 2. We're the 4th truck. So
You want some water? Thirsty?
hopefully once they get the crane set up, they can just pick us all without having to move the crane a bunch of times. If it'll be anything like that Bitcoin farm that we took down, we might be here for a minute. We're an hour and a half from our next pickup. So we'll pick that up today, and I think probably because of the time that we'll be getting loaded, we probably won't be able to unload till tomorrow. But hopefully after we load tomorrow, I mean, even if we can't pick something up again tomorrow and we have to wait till the next day, this next load pays good enough that that's fine. I'll sit around and wait. It's only like what I figured, 200 miles? Let's see, I took a screenshot of it here. Is this it? 219 miles away. 3.5 hours. 3 hours and 45 minutes. Should be a knock on wood. It shouldn't be an issue finding another load. There was a lot of loads to choose from. I was just like, sometimes these, like this one was just labeled Philadelphia to Philadelphia, didn't have a rate, didn't explain anything. I was like, you know what? Let me call and see what this is. Oh, there's a Mac. I got yelled at by a Mac driver because I was driving too slow going up a ramp.
He's got a def tank.
Yeah, it's like, bro, what do you want me to do, man? My truck is slow. I almost ran in the back of you, driver.
Do we need a sticker that says I am slow?
Yeah. I got on the radio. I'm like, bro, not everybody's in a hurry to get home and bang their sister. He never said anything. Because he had that real thing. Goddamn driver, man. What you goddamn doing driving so slow? Bro, I can tell you check out your sister. Alright, well, I guess we have to wait for them to set the crane up and then they pull us back somewhere else. I don't see the...
It's all the way back there.
It's way back there, ain't it?
Yep.
Alright, a little bit of a quick update. We got here at 8 o'clock. It is now 12:30 and they've unloaded one truck. Broker won't answer her emails. She won't answer her phone calls. I just sent her a text. We got a call from our next load. The broker told me that we could load it till 4:30, but he just called me and was like, hey, what's going on? I was like, man, I honestly have no idea. Okay, well, I'm going to keep you on the load for now. Keep me updated. Cancel. At what point did I mention Garmin? One truck. They've unloaded one truck. This is crazy, man.
So a record just pulled up. I think there's something wrong with the crane, but nobody has told us that there's something wrong with the crane. The chick that put us in this spot said it takes them to unload. It takes them a little time to unload. But I don't understand why, because it's just, it is a container. They have a forklift here. They could have gotten this stuff off. But I don't know.
No, he doesn't have a crane attachment, so I don't know
Maybe
what he's here for.
Maybe he's here to fix the crane. I don't know.
Maybe that other truck's stuck back there. Of course.
Automatic voice message system 8.
Of course. A dispatcher who is now a broker, and I'm sure she used to complain about this shit all the time herself, is now pulling the same shit. I was a dispatcher. I understand. I completely understand about everything. Now that we're on our load, it's like ghosting me. Alright. So, that blue truck that went back there got stuck. So I'm like, and they waited 4 hours to call a wrecker? And there's bulldozers and everything else around here that they could have pulled them out with? They had to call a wrecker. Front end loaders, excavators, bulldozers. Hell, I would have disconnected from my trailer and pulled them out. So I just let the next broker know. I don't know. I'm 99.9% sure we're going to lose that load. If we left right now, we would get there at 3:30. How is that guy not calling the broker and the broker knowing that he's stuck? It's all the same broker.
Yeah.
Alright, quick little update. 2:47. I told you guys he got stuck. I don't know if he got stuck or not, because they have a wrecker truck here for his truck. They disconnected his truck and they have a different truck hooked up to his trailer, and they're backing the trailer up right now to the crane. So he either got stuck and broke something trying to get unstuck, or he wasn't stuck at all, he just broke. So the broker contacted us, said that he can keep the people there till 5 o'clock, and if we can't make it there till 5 o'clock, just to show up first thing in the morning. which is great, man, because I really don't want to miss out on this load. It's a great paying load. I'm hoping if we do have to pick it up tomorrow, that we can pick it up, go drop off, they can reload me, and then we can drive back and be unloaded the next day. Because this has completely screwed us out on a day. This broker's paperwork basically says they pay detention after 2 hours, $50 an hour. Not to exceed $250 a day. So basically their cap is $250. And we've been here since 8 o'clock, which means we start getting detention at 10 o'clock, which 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, we're gonna end up maxing it out. Are you hot? So, oh, they got a service truck out here too. I don't know if it's for that guy or not. No, that's a Thompson's Cat service. Oh, they're bringing the truck out now. Yeah, they're towing the truck out. So he broke something. Pretty muddy. So it does look like he got stuck, and maybe he broke something. Maybe he broke a rear end. I don't know. The good news is we didn't lose the load. I was really freaking out about that. What I don't understand, I mean, I guess since he's broke, I understand the wrecker. But they told us that he was just stuck. And I'm like, you guys have excavators and bulldozers and backhoes and forklifts and everything else around here. You guys couldn't have pulled him out? Like, I would have disconnected from my trailer and pulled him out. But I guess there was more to it than what the woman thought. So I wonder, you almost got it, Mackie. She's trying to eat a fly.
Get it, shithead.
So I wonder what actually happened then. The driver, I'm over here, camera. It locked onto that fake head. Subject lost, yeah, no duh. The first place that we went into where I'm like, this is not it. The driver next to us said he got stuck over there and they had to pull him out over there too. I thought I was gonna get stuck. Honestly, we went around the corner, got in some mud, and then my transmission just decided, oh, we should shift now. And this thing just takes forever to shift or downshift or just to figure out whatever it wants to do sometimes. Like, I'll have the pedal matted to the floor, and when it's shifting, it cuts the power and then does the shift, and like, it was just sitting there. I'm like, what are we doing? If we left right now, we would get there at 4:30. So I don't think we're gonna make it by 5. Well, just got a call from the broker. They found somebody else to do that load, so we did lose that load. Even though they said that we could pick it up in the morning.
That was the broker saying that.
I don't know. I honestly can't say I blame them, man. It's 10 after 3 now. I thought they'd hooked up to the guy's trailer and backed it up to the crane, but the guy's trailer's just hooked up to it like a day cab. I don't know if this place owns it or what. And they're just like sitting there in the road. I don't know, man. I don't even know if they're gonna unload us today. Why would they take so long to get the truck out of the way? That's what I don't understand. Why did they wait 4 hours to call a wrecker truck? All right, so I got the whole story. So basically, he went out there, got stuck, and it pushed his tank up into the bottom of his frame and punctured a hole in it.
Yeah.
And they've been out there with like little kiddie pools and 5-gallon buckets and stuff draining his diesel. But he said, he was one of the guys that was out there working, we need to walk into this office, let them know what's going on, and get paid for this. I forgot to add that what they're going to do is they're going to unload from our trailer and then put it on one of their trailers and drive it back there.
Probably just should have unloaded
Because
this
their
shit
trucks
right
are more suited for that road, I guess. So I went in there and told them what that guy told me to tell them. You know, basically, this has cost us an entire load. I don't know, they're in there making some phone calls. All right, another update. It is now 5 o'clock, and the crane guys went home. So they're gonna come back in the morning. They had us drop our trailer, and they asked if their truck could hook up to our trailers in the morning and take it to the back where it needs to go, because their truck sits up higher and it's a day cab. They said there's a lot of like tight maneuvering that he's gonna have to do, and since we all have these newer trucks, he called them OTR trucks, not construction trucks, which I mean, I agree. They want to use their truck that like sits off the ground a pretty good bit, so that it doesn't happen again.
In 4 miles,
So
right to US 45.
we've disconnected from the trailer, and we're headed to truck stop, I guess, and we'll be back in the morning. They've got another 5 trucks coming in the morning. He says, but he's going to tell them that they've got to do these first. So, what a freaking nightmare. And the broker's only talking about a $250 layover fee. So we'll have $250 for sitting there and $250 for being laid over. This is why I hate crane loads, man. It's always something with the... She didn't tell us this was a crane load.
Nope.
Because I wouldn't have taken it. I don't know. Honestly, as bad as... I probably would have still taken it, honestly. Because it pays decent, and I couldn't find anything. I got on the board shortly looking for loads. Of course, when you need a load, you can't find anything. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We go to pull out, and then that stupid air dryer blow-off valve is leaking again. And I tightened it when we were home. I mean, I say I tightened it. I just keep turning and turning, and it never really tightens up. It just turns. The suspension went up faster, though. Maybe that's why the suspension didn't go up, because it was leaking this morning and I didn't hear it. Of course, it built air. It was the air was up to 125, and it still wasn't going up. I don't know. Now we just gotta hope that we can find somewhere to park. The only saving grace is we're bobtail right now, and we can pretty much fit in anywhere.
We could have just stayed there. They had a bathroom there.
Do you want to go back?
Let's see if we can find parking. I guess we already disconnected and everything. We don't need food. We have food on us.
I don't know. What a shitty day. If this is the end of the video, thanks for watching.
that on the package.
Yeah, especially for white people like me.
Or just say like. Medium.
Not for white people. Lita made us some burrito things last night that weren't as spicy as when I was eating it, but when I was getting rid of it, had my chili ring on fire at 4 o'clock this morning. Anyways, we're headed back to the job site now. It's 7:30. I bet the crane hasn't even moved. And they've got another 5 trucks lined up. You think the crane's been moved?
I don't think they move it till 8 o'clock.
You don't think they move it till 8?
Yeah. I bet the crane people don't get there till 8.
I mean, it's a good thing that they did go ahead and get rid of that load because they wanted us at our next load first thing this morning. And with this going on, we would have missed that too. And I'd have really felt like an asshole. I just don't understand. They have a absolutely massive front end loader there with forks on it.
Yeah.
They could have easily taken these things off with.
But they want it back there.
Deal with that later,
I
man.
don't care. They got the trucks there. They think it's easier to move the trucks back there.
I mean, they were talking about unloading these and putting it on their trailer and then driving it back there.
Yeah.
And now they're like, do you guys mind if we just hook up your trailers? I just don't. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see you when we get there. And, I don't know if I've talking about this. Me and Lita are going to be grandparents. Oh, wow. Mason's having a baby? Nope, not Mason. That would be Nate. Nate, how old is he?
Is he 18 or 19?
I don't know.
I think he's about to be 19.
Yeah, the 19-year-old. Got his girlfriend pregnant.
In 1 mile, keep right
Yay.
to Alabama Boulevard.
All right, it's 8:30. They just hooked up to my trailer. He said it's about 6 miles away.
What the?
Yeah, they have to take these about 6 miles away. So I'm like, are you going to have to hook up to all these other trucks coming in? He's like, depends on what the weather does. This truck would probably be okay because he's got a lot of ground clearance.
Yeah.
The Volvo might be okay. It looks like he's got a lot of ground clearance. But me and the first driver and this other guy, we have all that aero crap underneath of our truck. So I don't know. But man, is that weird to see somebody else pull your trailer away? It might be time to buy an aluminum trailer, man. This other guy says he can do 48. Roberto, the guy that gave us the APU, he said he can do like 48 and his wife can do like 49,000 pounds. We're stuck at 44,500. I don't know if my trailer's that much heavier.
I mean, we could do like more with the Mac.
The truck is heavier. This truck, what do we figure, like 500 pounds more than the Mac?
Yeah, something like that.
Because this Cummins engine is so much heavier than the MP8. I don't know. We almost went and bought a low pro step deck before we started building the shop. I found one. I mean, it's obviously been sold, but it was an all metal trailer too. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it probably took them an hour and a half to go unload that and come back. I don't know. I guess we'll see when I get back. I gotta find a load.
No, they still pose a threat to our teams here today. They want the teams to potentially qualify through.
He's gonna be like, get this off of my truck. Please.
What you think, fat butts? Put your pillow back, Dad.
All right, it is now 10:15. We just spent over 26 hours at this receiver. Still don't have a load. I wasn't big on pulling a trigger because I had no idea how long it was going to take them to unload this stuff. So now that we're unloaded and we finally got our trailer back, holy smokes, what a mess. They're having all these trucks disconnect from their trailers too, and he's pulling them all. So I'm glad they took that load from it. I hate that we lost the load, but I'm glad that they took it from us because it went from I can get them to stay till 5 o'clock to all right, if you could just be there first thing in the morning. We wouldn't have been there first thing in the morning. From here to there, we still had an hour and a half, so we would have got there at like 11:30. So what makes me angry is this broker used to be a dispatcher for Hot Shots, and then she refused to answer the phone, she refused to answer questions, and it's like you went through the same thing with your drivers dealing with brokers, and now you're pulling the same stuff that brokers used to pull on you that you hated. You've become what you hated. I had her personal cell phone number. It wasn't like I was calling an office and she wasn't answering her phone. I have her personal cell phone, and she refused to answer the phone. Anyways, Lita's getting the paperwork signed. I gotta find us a freaking load. Last night I spent probably 45 minutes going around spraying everything, trying to find out where our air is going. The only thing I could find was the leveling valve has a bar that comes off of it, and the bar was kind of being pushed, and you could hear like a slight air leak from there sometimes. So what I did was I took a pair of adjustable wrench, and I just took and bent that bar so it was always pushing to one side or the other. It's weird. And that's a brand new leveling valve too. It's not even a year old. I just took and bent the bar to where it would push it to one side or the other, and we woke up this morning with full airbags. So, but that was without a load too. But that being said, even with the truck sitting in the shop, we would wake up the next morning to no air in the bags, but we did have a hole in the bag. So I guess we'll see with a trailer on here or with a load on here if that fixed the issue. The trailer's leveling valve does the same thing. The trailer, I'll have to take a picture of it next time I'm under there, has a big long rod that comes up. Let's see, how does that work? Somehow there's a big long rod that comes up, and it's kind of floppy. So sometimes when you stop, if that rod is to one side or the other, that leveling valve does the same exact thing. And I need to, I guess, bend that rod too and try to figure out what we could do with that one. Lita just texted me, the only woman that can sign our paperwork isn't here right now. So come on, you guys have kept me hostage long enough. You should have the only person that can sign our paperwork ready to sign the paperwork, man. Alright, well, we'll get this paperwork signed, and unless I find a load before we can go and park, here's a Las Vegas load for $5 a mile. Pair this up with 14352. What's up? Did he just go ahead and sign it?
Nope, he can't sign. Gotta wait for that girl. So I texted. She has to sign.
What does this mean? Pair this up with 14352. There's a load going to Vegas for $9,000. That'd be cool to go to Vegas, but I don't know what that means. There's got to be something up with this because it's a $5 a mile load. I could call on it and see what's up with it. Well, I should probably run them too because... Alright, so we looked and looked and looked. A big part of the problem is a lot of the brokers I called, they'd say, where you at? And I'm like, I'm in West Point, Mississippi. And they'd be like, you're the third truck that's called me from West Point, Mississippi. What's going on over there? I was like, oh, I got a big solar project over here. He's like, well, we're hoping to... One of them was like, well, I was hoping to get this picked up earlier than that. And I don't want to take it away from another guy in West Point and give it to you in West Point because it might be the same thing. It's like, hey, man, I appreciate it. It was a Landstar load. So pretty much all those guys that are coming over there, and being that we all got jammed up, pretty much everybody's calling on his whatever loads they can get. It just sucks that, like, I looked at that place and I almost booked us I did book us another load, but I almost booked us another load back to Savannah before we got the load that canceled on us, so that we could go get another one of those things. But after seeing how we got unloaded and stuff, I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that. So we sat and looked all day long. We didn't find anything. Kind of slept on a couple of loads. There was one going down to Tallahassee that paid decent. I'm like, man, I really don't want to go home. Then we decided, well, let's just go ahead and do that. And then by the time we call, it was gone. So anyways, we booked one going from Iuka, Mississippi.
Iuka?
It's a K?
Yeah.
Iuka. I-U-K-A, Mississippi. And this is going to take us to Fitzgerald, Georgia.
Just get down for it once.
Me bending that rod on the leveling valve did not fix the airbags. They were completely deflated in about an hour, maybe less. I got out and checked it in about an hour after sitting at that Love's. Let's see, it's 5:09 right now. And our bags were completely deflated. So I think what we're going to do next week is Blitz Week. They're going to be checking your E-logs, they're going to be checking your tires, and they're going to be looking for air leaks. Well, what do we have? We have an air leak. So it's crazy, though, that it's not an audible air leak. Like I said, I crawled underneath this thing last night for like 45 minutes with a soapy water bottle, and I sprayed absolutely everything. I even sprayed where the airbag curls and goes up underneath to that plastic cone. Couldn't find any air leaks. So we got to go home and we got to fix this air leak. I think what I'm going to do, I think the plan is I'm going to disconnect the leveling valve. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to replace that leveling valve too while we're home. But I want to disconnect that leveling valve so I can air this air suspension all the way up and completely pull all that rubber out. Stand those airbags all the way up and then spray them with soapy water. That way I can see if it's like leaking from those airbags or what. I mean, usually when one airbag goes bad, it's probably a sign that all of them are starting to give out. So, I mean, what I did on our trailer when I noticed one bad airbag there is I went ahead and replaced them all, but it's probably another airbag. I can't hear an air leak. You know what? I only sprayed one of those airbags. So we replaced the passenger side front. I think I crawled under there and sprayed the driver's side front. I didn't spray the other ones because I ran out of soapy water and had to make more and didn't want to crawl back under there. And it's so hard to listen to stuff too when you're at a truck stop. Like, everybody's got their trucks idling. Like, I did what I hate people doing. We were bobtail. When we first got there, I pulled up so it looked like we had a trailer so people wouldn't drive by and think that it was an empty spot and get all excited. But then the truck that was next to us was idling. So I started the truck up and I backed it all the way back up into the stall, which I hate when people do. Box trucks and bobtails. I went ahead and backed it all the way into the stall so we could get as far away from the noises as possible. And I still couldn't hear anything. So the only thing I know to do is to disconnect the leveling rod, and then manually just tell that leveling valve to raise those airbags all the way up, and then spray all the bags. I don't know what else to do. So like I said, next week is Blitz week. I wouldn't mind running in Blitz week. I don't mind it because usually a lot of people sit at home and you can get really good rates on stuff. But I definitely don't want to be out on the road with an air leak. So this is a really good pay and load. I talked the broker up. I think it's like $4 a mile. It's a 50 foot pipe. 50 foot pipe. Am I saying that wrong?
50-foot pipe.
50-foot pipe that'll work on a step deck or a flatbed. But if you have a step deck, you have to have at least one load leveler. And I have 2 sets of load levelers. So this puts us 25 minutes from our drop, or from our pickup. They start at 7, first come, first serve, and then this will take us down through Atlanta, which sucks. But it'll take us over to Fitzgerald. We can drop in Fitzgerald, go home, fix the truck, and hopefully have it ready for next week when everybody's sitting at home. Also, a lot of people on these forums is having the exact same issue that we're having with the transmission fault. And somebody chimed in at a shop up by Atlanta that one of you guys told me about. You guys had a transmission put in your truck. I'll have to find the name of it. I actually called and got a price from them a long time ago to get a 13 speed put in this, and they wanted $13,000. And I'm like, man, that's a little too rich for my blood right now. But anyways, an employee, I think he's an employee, maybe he's the owner, I don't know, is in that group. And he said he will diagnose it for free, and if it's the clutch, he only charges $4,000 to $5,000 for the clutch, where pretty much everywhere else that I've called or people have talked about getting a clutch replaced, it's like, I think that place up by Detroit wanted $12,000. I don't know if we still have that estimate in the clipboard.
Probably not.
But I'm like,
Probably
why
not.
wouldn't I just spend another $1,000 and get a 13 speed put in? So what we might do is, if we run into issues on this and it looks like we won't be able to work next week, I might run this up to them, let them diagnose it. Who knows, maybe it's not the clutches. I mean, we sent the shifter stock off, but the shifter stock people didn't say they found anything. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, it was my shifter stock, oh, it was my there's another module computer thing on top of the transmission that can go bad. But I think you have to pull the transmission out to replace that anyways. I don't know. So anyways, I'm thinking about maybe dropping this truck off next week up there to them. Go ahead and get this. I don't want this transmission to leave us stranded, because a lot of people in the comments will be like, you know, I stopped, I put fuel in my truck, and then my truck wouldn't move anymore. Like, man, I don't need that. Oh, and then we have to do the blow-off valve on that air dryer too.
Mm-hmm. What are you guys doing?
So we have to find the air leak, we got to do the blow-off valve, and possibly the transmission. So that's the plan. Not kind of a crappy week, an absolute crappy week. So we were supposed to be getting detention pay and layover pay from that job that we did, and we cannot get the broker to reply to us. I can't get the tree guy to reply to us either. Actually, I take that back. Today's the 7th day since we dropped those trees. He texted me yesterday and said he was going to pay us yesterday. Let me see what he said. He said he was going to zell us yesterday that he's been out of the office. But I've been calling and texting him all day. Like, bro, what, you know? My next step, this is, what's his brokerage? I don't care.
Right.
I'll never pull for this guy again. I don't care if he calls me up and says he's got a $20 a mile load. Brightline Logistics?
Yeah.
Brightline Logistics out of West Palm Beach, Florida. My next go-to is going to let him know that I'm going to be contacting Loves, reporting him to Loves. I'm going to contact all the tree places, and then I'm going to start opening a thing against his bond. Because you don't get to tell me that you're going to unload me or you're going to pay me before I'm unloaded. I kind of like, he paid us the first time, wasn't an issue. The second time, like I was telling you guys, like it took us forever to get the Raycon because he said he was getting on a plane. I figured, you know, I don't know, who knows, maybe his grandma died, something's going on. Like I texted him pictures when we were getting unloaded and he never responded. Like he wasn't responding the whole time. Like it was hard to get the Raycon from him, so he probably had a lot of stuff going on or going on vacation or who knows what he had going on. But that's why I was like, you know what, it's not like, I didn't feel like he was trying to screw us. He's an American. He speaks English. His name's Will.
Well, it's Wilfredo.
Oh, Wilfredo.
Yeah. He's definitely most likely Hispanic.
I mean, he sounds white as white.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't sound like he has an accent, nothing. So I just kind of figured he had a lot going on. He'll get to me. So I'm gonna threaten him with a truck stop. I'm gonna threaten him with his bond. I'm gonna call all these tree places. I'm gonna call the places that we deliver to. Luckily, we didn't have numbers for those. Like he never gives us phone numbers for these contacts. Luckily, one guy had to drop us a pin, so he texted us a pin. The other guy, let me see, I'm trying to think of where we dropped. We dropped in that, let's see, did that? Oh, the other guy, why did he want? Oh, because he wanted a copy of the BOL. So we texted him a copy of the BOL. So we've got 2 different contacts at both of those places. It's just, I was telling Lita, it's crazy how hard you have to work in order to get the load, and then you have to hound these guys to get paid. Like it should not be like this.
Well, what that guy told me was like the guy that ordered the pine trees. It's just like a tree broker, and then he brokers off of the tree broker.
Will brokers off of a tree broker?
Yeah. They just.
Well, I'll call and get their number then.
Trees of the South is who sent us to that farm.
Trees of the South. Well, that should be a simple Google search then.
I mean, we have it on the BOL.
Is it? Is there a number?
There might be a number. I mean, he has the BOL. You texted him the BOL in your text messages to him. Pretty sure.
It's on that?
I think so, yeah. Or maybe that's the Abella Farm ones.
Yeah, that's the Abella Farm one. Oh no, this says Trees of the South.
Yeah.
Donaldsonville, Georgia. Alright, so I've got that number too. But it shouldn't be like this, man. You know, these brokers have so much over us. Like I was telling somebody else, I'm like, look, man, these brokers, they can request everything from us. They can request a picture of our driver's license. They can request a picture of the truck. Like they can make us jump through hoops. If you hold their load or something happens, they have like a website that they can report you to that other brokers check. And like, if you refuse to let them have the load, they can put you on this list. And then the other brokers can check and they'd be like, look, you held this load hostage from this other broker. We can't work with you. So they have all that, but like we have nothing. I get to run their MC number through a credit check through our factoring company. Even if they pass, if they don't pay our factoring company charges us that back. Like, drivers have no power, man. Anyways, we're at a little bitty Sprint Mart in Corinth, Mississippi. This puts us 25 minutes from our pickup. So we'll wake up, we'll go pick up this pipe, and we'll head to Fitzgerald in the morning. So, I mean, if this is the end of the video, thanks for watching.